Yes guys, what's going on? It's Ned here, back once again for Pro Direct Soccer, and today we're in LDN 19 and we're going to take a look back at some of 2019's best limited edition boots. Let's go. Alright, so over the past 12 months we've had numerous drops from Nike, Adidas, Puma, New Balance, so many limited editions, and we only picked out 12 today that we're going to go through and show you. So I'm going to start way back in January, a prime knit Copa Mundial. Now, if you've never had a pair of Copa Mundials in your life, can you even say you're an actual footballer? I think everybody's had a pair of Copa Mundials at one point, but this Copa Mundial is a bit different. It's prime knit. This was made to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Copa, and Adidas really delivered with a prime knit execution of a classic leather boot. Now, this was a limited edition, only available for that 70th anniversary, and it also had a nice apparel collection that went with it. I can't say I've ever played in this one. I don't think many people would have played in it, but it's still a real cool piece and a limited edition drop from Adidas to kick off the year back in January. All right, moving on to the swoosh. Nike came in with a limited edition in March, and it was a banger. Total 90 Laser in yellow. Now, Total 90 for a lot of people is one of the best Nike boots of all time. So for them to bring it back with a modern sole plate, so it's way more lighter than the original, and still giving you that almost one-to-one replica of an upper, this was an amazing drop from Nike, and one that definitely should have been on pitch. I actually wore it myself a few times, and I'm sure any of you that bought this boot and have worn it will agree it actually makes for a real nice boot to wear, even in a modern day game. There's only 2,000 pairs of these made. You can see that just on the heel there. So if you have a pair, you did well, because they sold out instantly. And I know many of you would love to see more Total 90 releases coming from Nike, and a couple more retro releases, maybe a Laser 2. So there you go. Total 90 Laser came to us in March, sold out instantly. So if you've got a pair, you're lucky. So with Nike dropping the Total 90 Laser in March, you know Adidas didn't want to be outdone. So they came in with the DBZZ Predator collection, David Beckham, Zinedine Zidane, two iconic Predators, the Accelerator and the Precision. 25 years of Predator celebrated in possibly the most perfect way you ever could celebrate it. So with Beckham's design, we had almost a one-to-one replica of the Precision he wore against Greece, that famous free kick for England. And then with Zidane, we got something we'd never seen before. We got a gold Accelerator. Now for me, the Accelerator is the best Predator of all time. And to see it come in gold was just unbelievable, really. Out of the two boots though, even though I love the Accelerator, I have to say, like, the white Precision is a thing of beauty, and obviously the nostalgia of that free kick for Beckham as a England fan as well. For me, this is one of the best boots we've ever seen released this year, and it's just got something special about seeing a white Predator like that. But as a pack, doesn't really get much better than that. And there was also a Predator 19 Plus in gold as well to complement this, to see that modern day touch of the Predator. But looking back, Adidas came strong in March. Precision and Accelerator, both, I mean, these actually were available in pretty good numbers. So hopefully if you wanted a pair of these, you managed to get hold of them. But definitely one for the archive, and one you should get on pitch as well. Always make sure you're wearing these boots as well. Don't just put them in the loft. So when you're talking about limited edition boots, there's one man on the planet that's had some of the best limited editions over the past 10, 15 years, Cristiano Ronaldo. So 2019, obviously Nike had to do something special for Cristiano, and that gave us the Cristiano Superfly 6. Now, this is very Juventus inspired. Obviously, Cristiano's first season in Turin, and Nike came with a real understated Cristiano CR7 style graphic on here. Black, gold and white to really match that Juventus kit. And this boot was actually revealed in April, before Juventus had won the title, but it was made to celebrate Cristiano becoming the first player to win the title in Spain, England, and of course, Italy. So there you go, a real cool limited edition for Cristiano to add to his mercurial collection. He must be the most decorated player when it comes to limited edition boots. So yeah, there you go, a must have for a lot of Cristiano fans and for mercurial collectors around the world. So as we approach the middle of the year, obviously it was trophy winning season. We see Nike honouring Cristiano with the black gold that we saw in the previous boot. So with all their other players, we had the gold Euphoria pack. This boot was designed to celebrate those that have won the titles in their domestic leagues. So we saw Raheem wear this boot in the FA Cup final just after Man City had won the Premier League and were looking to add the FA Cup to their League Cup and Premier League titles that season. This came in a Vapor and a Venom. There was only 2,000 pairs available worldwide of each, so a pretty cool limited edition drop from Nike. It was the same Euphoria pack that we saw, same graphic, but in a gold to celebrate that success and that kind of champagne season as we come to the trophy winning part of the year. So once the domestic season is done and dusted, we move into international seasons. And this summer, we had the African Cup of Nations and the Nations League. So New Balance, the first brand outside of Nike and Adidas in our limited edition roundup, dropped a special edition boot for Sadio Mane. Now, this boot, there was only 405 pairs made of this Furon 5.0, and the inspiration behind the design and the reason why there's only 405 pairs is because it honours the 405 kilometres that Sadio moved across his home country of Senegal to accelerate his football career. He left his hometown, moved to a new city in search of becoming a professional footballer, and I think you'll all agree it's worked out all right for him. Now this boot has some real kind of cool graphics and call outs specific to Mane, so you see his name on the heel. On the actual heel tab itself, you see the number. So today we've got number 69 out of 405, so just 405 pairs. And on the inside of the boot, you get a real cool kind of tribal pattern inspired by a lion's head in there as well. So this Sadio Mane special edition boot was worn during the African Cup of Nations and just 405 pairs. So a real cool piece for a true collector out there or a massive Sadio Mane fan. And nice to see New Balance coming to the party with a limited edition drop as well. All right, so the next boot we're going to look at released in August, but we actually got a first look of it in May when Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk rocked up to Liverpool training wearing this kind of camo edition of a brand new boot. Now, it turns out that boot was the Tiempo 8, and this camo edition was inspired by the designs that you see when people are testing new cars or testing new products in the marketplace. They wrap it in these kind of crazy prints so that you can't distinguish the lines and curves. And this dazzle camo graphic you see here is actually made up of the Tiempo word mashed together and cut to pieces. From a distance, it might look black and white, but if you get close enough to it, you'll see it's actually made up of blue, yellow, and pink on top of the black to give that real kind of cool camo distinguishing look that we get on the Tiempo 8. Now, there's only 888 pairs of this boot ever made. It was released on the 8th of August, and it's the 8th edition of the Tiempo, 888, and there you go. That's why there's 888 pairs. All right, so when it comes to September, the season is back in full flow, and it was time for Adidas to come back to the party with another limited edition release in the X99. Now this boot, for me, is one of the best performing boots I've worn all year. And it was so good to see a limited edition return of the X99. But this time, it was available in all sizes. So previous 99 gram releases only came in an UK 8.5. That's because that's the only way they could achieve that kind of magic 99 gram weight marker. So this year, they were inspired by the 99 gram design, but it wasn't about getting a 99 gram boot. The boot itself actually weighs 167 or something like that. But what we actually got was an amazing boot. So you got the speed frame on the bottom with a real cool pearlescent finish, and then you get that really lightweight, almost kind of chiseled out upper of the X99, which gives you that amazing kind of like see-through look and feel. And the vision behind this boot was kind of moving faster than the speed of light, and that's when you get that real kind of cool pearlescent touches on the free stripe. So for me, this is definitely one of the best performing limited edition boots, and it's nice to see a limited edition that isn't just a color up, but it's actually almost a concept boot. So there you go, X99 came to us in September, and for me, this is one of the best boot releases of the year. All right, so on to October, and it was Puma's turn to bring us something a little bit special, and this time they collabed with Baller. Now, if you don't know about Baller, they're a Dutch-based fashion brand that make designs that are inspired by football. They're founded by ex-footballers, and they're making product for footballers who love that kind of finer things in life off the pitch. And that came together to bring us the Puma Baller Future, which was worn by Antoine Griezmann. Now, Baller, all their products are black or white. They love that monochrome effect, and they've come together to create this black Puma Future with a sick chromed out sole plate. Couple of really nice little details, the life of the Baller call out on the heel tab, and the Baller laces that you see as well. Now, the inspiration behind this is that Baller lifestyle collection. So it's always going to be understated, but they have to bring that little bit of extra to the party with a nice chromed out sole plate as well. Now, this was not a particularly low numbered release, but it is a really cool limited edition. And I think it's actually quite significant as it's the first time we see a brand like Baller coming together to create a performance product with a brand like Puma. So a real significant moment for limited edition releases, and hopefully we'll see more lifestyle brands coming together with performance brands next year to bring us more limited edition boot releases. Now, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't mention the other greatest player of all time, Lionel Messi. So in October, Adidas came together to create Lionel Messi, a limited edition Nemesis 19.1 to celebrate 15 years since his debut for Barcelona. Now, the color design on this is that real blue and white Argentina style with some amazing gold touching and detailing like what you see on the Messi logo on the instep there. We also get a real kind of cool chromed out sole plate and a split plate design that's usually only reserved for the Nemesis 19 Plus. So again, an amazing limited edition that is almost inspired by what Messi would wear on the pitch and not just a straight color up of the Nemesis 19.1. It also has a real cool subtle pearlescent effect which looks like cut glass all over the top of this upper. So again, a real nice limited edition release to celebrate 15 years since Lionel Messi made his Barcelona debut, and a limited edition boot release which I know a lot of Messi fans added to their collection. What was quite cool about this boot release as well is there was also a Nemesis 19.3 in the same design. So if you wanted a boot which was more suited to playing in rather than collecting, that was available to you as well from ProDirectSoccer.com. So we've looked back at some of the best boot releases of 2019, but there's one obvious one that's missing. It came right at the end of the year, it came in December. And is it probably the best boot release of the year? You tell me. Red Predator Mania. Adidas have done it again. They've gone back into the archive and they've remastered the Predator Mania. For a lot of people, the best Predator of all time. And this time it comes in that sick red drop that was so famous when it first released. Now, what you're getting here is an upper that is almost one-to-one with the original Predator Mania design. When we saw the Manias first remastered with the Revenge Pack, a lot of people questioned that there wasn't a leather upper, it was a synthetic upper, the coloring wasn't right, and what you're getting now is a boot that is almost one-to-one when it comes to the upper. But Adidas have given us a redesigned sole, the same kind of sole plate you're seeing on the Pred 19, to give you a modern day boot that you can actually wear on pitch. So with limited edition boot releases, it's so tempting to just stick them away in a box, take a picture, put it on Instagram and not wear them. For me, you've got to get this boot on pitch. It looks so good. And when you've got the best of that Predator technology that we love from way back and a modern sole plate, there's no reason for you not to wear it. For me, this is the #1 boot release of 2019 when it comes to limited editions. Adidas have done it again. And can you ever get bored of seeing a Predator Mania re-release happening? Look at that. Even that tongue. Just stinks of Beckham, doesn't it? As far forward as you possibly can get it. They've even made the elastic nice and tight for you. So there you go. Adidas Predator Mania in a red colorway, re-released in December. Possibly the best limited edition boot of 2019. All right, so there you have it. That's 12 of the best limited edition boot releases from 2019. Now, did we miss any out? Let us know in the comments below if you think your favorite limited edition boot wasn't on our wall today. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back in 2020 with even more limited edition videos, boot reviews, play tests, chunks and Philly, you name it, we're gonna have it right here. So make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.